If this channel has shown anything with its short lifespan so far, it shows that I'm a pretty big fan of FPS games. Growing up in elementary school, I'd hear an age-old argument between some of the snot-nosed kids about which video game franchise is better, Battlefield versus Call of Duty, with arguments from the Battlefield side being, "But the maps are huge, and I can destroy buildings," and the COD dude just scoffing and saying, "Well, CODs were popular and had zombies," which was just an indisputable fact at the time. With the games being at their peak at the time, we didn't know just how good we had it. Nowadays, the Battlefield fan base has been treated like a 1950s housewife, getting their hopes and dreams crushed because past games looked amazing during the trailer or seemed promising, but are just let down after launch. 2042. However, fans have a light at the end of the tunnel. A game with so much hype around it, it might as well be mystical. Battlefield 6 might be the game to finally put COD outside. I wouldn't be surprised if people are skeptical about this game. When the trailer came out and it was fire, I suspected the worst, to be honest. Another situation Battlefield gets itself into where the trailer outperforms the gameplay. The worst case being Battlefield 2042, with the infamous Rendezvous clip in the trailer. The hype for that game was massive, and we all know how that came out. With the scars of past abuse still lingering on the skin of Battlefield players, this game better deliver on what it's promising. And so far, some things are great, and some things are controversial. Let's dive a little deeper. First impressions on the game is that it is a blast. The destruction is amped up to 200%. It's pure, beautiful chaos. Tanks, jets, and RPGs are heading your way, and any cover you think you have can be gone in an instant. This is only the open beta so far, and the game still has 2 more months in the oven, but it feels great to play with no noticeable frame drops or stutters on my end. The UI has to be tweaked a little bit, however, because it looks very bare bones and just not finished yet. The developers have stated that this game is a callback to the Battlefield 3 and the Battlefield 4 days. They're attempting to bring back what made Battlefield. Call of Duty right now, well, let's just say it hasn't been having a hot streak, with Black Ops 7 not even being a thought on most people's minds because of the gargantuan hype this game has stirred up. I think this is the closest time Battlefield can beat Call of Duty in player numbers and popularity online. The Call of Duty community is over all of the bullshit collabs and the guns that look like vibrators. They've been wanting a game that went back to its roots, but instead of the COD devs hearing and implementing it, it looks like the people who work for EA and on the Battlefield side did. Battlefield class system is one of its staples. I personally main the engineer because I get the most enjoyment from trying to kill tanks and helicopters with an RPG. There is one big change they made with the class system though, and that's the fact that you can now use any weapon with any class you'd like. But this game still wants you to use certain weapons for certain classes. The game does this by adding a passive trait for each class if they use the weapon they specialize in. For example, assault rifles with the assault class and the sniper with the recon class. This change has left some salty about it because some people are still stuck to some of the olden ways, but most of the community are looking at this change with an open mind. The respawn beacon was also moved to assault, which I like, because it incentivizes the assault player to get behind enemy lines and place a beacon for his team. This makes the OG lone wolf assault players happy and still adds a benefit as a whole for the team, which I think was a good compromise. The maps so far, I'm going to be honest, are alright I guess. The 2 Conquest maps we have to play right now are fun, but I wish were a little bit bigger. I'm so used to Battlefield having this massive maps with epic shit going on. The epic shit is still going on, but it's just more compact, which leads to pure chaos at sometimes, which some people thrive in and some don't. This game has been trying to gain more Call of Duty's fan base, and it can really show with how the game plays right now. Also, there isn't any water. Where's the water? Every Battlefield game we've played has had boats or something of the sort, some form of naval combat. I hope during the full release of the game that the full map list will include bigger maps, hopefully with some water. The devs have talked about having a lot of remakes of old Battlefield 3 and 4 maps entering the game, but I would have liked to see one big map during the early access. One thing the community is up in arms about is the controls for vehicles and vehicles in general. With the maps being so tight-knit, you can say it leaves ground vehicles like the tank and the Hummer feeling a bit lackluster and easy to kill, and the flying vehicles like the jet and helicopter are said to be insanely difficult to operate on this game. Now, I'm not a vehicle kind of guy, more of an infantry run and gun dude, so I can't attest to this statement, so I'll post some screenshots I found online. Also, I didn't like the fact that I had to go into my BIOS and run secure boot. seems a bit extensive just for a video game. Another thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was that the smaller maps for the other game modes are just a section of the Conquest maps. I get it for now, seeing that this is only an open beta, but I'd like to see at least one new map for the smaller game modes that isn't just a smaller version of a Conquest map. The weapons in this game are fun to use, and when paired with your class's passive ability can be a lot of fun to play. The SMG feels great as a run and gun and even up to medium range weapon. I think the weapons in this game are well balanced right now, with snipers and LMGs being great for long distance gunfights, and the assault rifles being the king of mid-range combat. The SMGs and shotguns are great close range. Run map in the domination playlist is just houses and alleyways, and I swear half the people who play that map are just using a shotgun. Another thing that I hope will be fixed by the time the game fully releases is the hit registration. I've had a few moments where I'm spraying at somebody and the bullets just seem to phase through them like a ghost, but I think that's partially because with the amount of players trying to play the game right now. As of right now, the skins are fine. The skins you can obtain are black and red and look cool, I guess. I just don't want to see them do what Call of Duty did, and we see Nicki Minaj and Peter Griffin within the game's lifecycle. That's a big reason as to why COD is where it's at right now, and why Battlefield has the opportunity it's been waiting for. As for right now, I can't wait to see what Battlefield has planned in store, especially considering they're planning on really expanding on the Battlefield portal. Imagine Halo Forge mode, but for Battlefield. If this is done right, Battlefield will have no issue filling in content, because the fans, with how passionate they are and with how much they want this game to succeed, will make many amazing maps for the community to download. Now, this doesn't give the Battlefield devs a pass to be lazy and sit on their ass all day. This just means that if they have to spend a little bit of extra time to perfect the DLC or something like that, they can, but we expect quality product in return, not some half-ass shit. I truly believe if EA plays their cards right, this can possibly be the biggest Battlefield to date. The trajectory of this game is already insane, with over 330,000 concurrent players just on Steam, and having over 1 million on all platforms in this beta test. A fucking beta test. It isn't even launch day. The hype for this game is the biggest I think I've ever seen for any game. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And with the track record this franchise has, we have to be wary not to get our hopes so high, just for them to get crushed with a super greedy update or some stupid fucking skins. With all this being said, and with the open beta just starting, and Battlefield coming out swinging with its own Forge mode and a Battle Royale in the works, I can't help but feel some hope, a light at the end of the tunnel, that this game can be the Battlefield of legend. A Battlefield so great and so grand in comparison with any other FPS game on the market that it can finally dethrone the king and claim its rightful place as the biggest FPS in the world. That this game can finally be the Battlefield that wins over Call of Duty. But I also can't help but fear that history will repeat itself. That EA will find some way to wrap its greedy fingers around a franchise we all love again, and slowly choke away the very thing we fell in love with to begin with, the soul of the game. And it will end up just like Battlefield 2042, just a pig with some makeup on it. As for right now, I think this game is truly something to look into. The devs are gunning for the player base of Call of Duty with the announcement of a Battle Royale mode, which, if it's free, I think will succeed, and attempting to take whatever player base Halo Infinite has left with their own version of Forge with Battlefield Portal. The gameplay is fun, the gunplay is great, and the animations look good. I have a 3070 Ti and a Ryzen 5 5800X. And the games run great when I record. And I don't think it's dropped below 90 frames, and I'm running on ultra and high settings. Just a little tip for all the people playing the game right now. I turned my world motion blur, my weapon motion blur, and my camera shake all the way down to 0. With the game being a clusterfuck of bombs and bullets as it is, I think you'll appreciate this information. With all that being said, I think this game is worth a try if you're able to get a key. And the devs are so confident that this August 9th and 10th, and the weekend after, you can play for free if you just download the beta playtest. A massive W in my book, and shows that the devs are confident in their product. I'm currently level 9, but we'll be playing all night likely. I wish you luck on the battlefield, and I'm out. Hey guys, I hope y'all are having a great day so far. I was trying my hardest to get this key so I could get a video out on this game as soon as possible. I wake up pretty early to go to work, so I had Operator Drewski's stream on my phone, and I left it playing in my pocket so I could hopefully get a drop. Only took me about 3 hours, so I ain't stressing. I really do believe this game has the foundation and the passion put into it for it to be something great. I just hope corporate greed and the irrational need to put stupid fucking skins in games doesn't infest this one as it did the others. With that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. The past 2 videos videos are doing so well, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. We hit over 2,000 views on my very first video on Ready or Not, and that means a lot to me considering how it was a game I'm so passionate about. I have another Ready or Not video in the works right now, and I think you guys will love, but let's say you're gonna need some popcorn for it. And also, the Hell Let Loose video is growing at a rapid rate, and that's another game I'm happy you guys seem to enjoy. If you guys like this video as well, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to post content as fast as I can, but work gets in the way, so I appreciate the patience. I plan on posting more video game content on games that I like, but I also want to start diving into TV shows and movies I'm interested in. I don't know when I'll start doing that because there's just so many games I want to talk about, but I'm sure I'll get there soon. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out. That's an enemy plane. Oh, I got it! Oh my God!